The purpose of today's webinar is to discuss and, well, not discuss, but give you a presentation on the wonderful Desire and Temptation cruises. We've got a distinguished guests of panelists here today. So myself, I represent Desire and Temptation cruises. We have Silvina, who is the wonderful sales manager from Temptation and Desire Cruises, and she'll be running through a presentation, and any questions, hopefully we've got lots, she'll be able to answer those nearer to the end. Okay, we've also got JTA, who JTA are booking agents, and they'll be talking a bit later about how you can book these wonderful cruises. Just to give you an idea, we've also got some fantastic special offers on at the moment and some agent offers, which we'll be covering later. Okay, so I think we can get started now. So Silvina, I'll just share my screen. So I'll start the presentation. Right, okay, just going to start it now.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Right, okay, can everyone see the, can you see the screen?
I can. I see a beautiful boat.
And the presentation?
I can't see the presentation yet.
Ah, okay. Let me see if I can make this happen.
All righty. Yes, I can see it in slide mode. Yep.
Right. Okay. So
just at the bottom of the screen, you can click on the little presentation button.
Right. Okay. Is that better?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
I can. So if I can, I'm hoping everybody else can. So thank you very much.
Excellent.
So welcome everybody. As David said, Darren said, my name is Silvina Madolo, and I'm the cruise sales manager for Desire and Temptation Cruises. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the cruises and the brands, just so that we are a little bit more familiar with what it is we have, what it is we offer, and what you will be able to offer your amazing clients. So we're going to be looking at Desire first. We have cruises in 2022, 2023, and on September 18th of this year, we will be launching 3 new cruise sailings, so that we'll have a total of 7 cruises by the 18th of September available on sale for you to offer your clients a wide range of itineraries and a lot of fun on the Desire cruises. So for the Desire cruises, for the itineraries 2022, 2023, and the beginning of 2024, we use Amara. Can we get the next slide?
Yep.
Thanks.
There you go.
So we use Amara as the cruise line for these sailings, and one of the cruises that will be launching on September 18th for the 2024 sailing in September of 2024, we will be using a brand new ship that we've chartered from the Norwegian line called Oceania Riviera. So we're excited about that. So we will be using 2 different cruise lines. We'll be using Amara, and we'll also be using Oceania. So the image you're seeing here is Amara. As we know, Amara is an intimate ship. It has a maximum of 351 cabins. So it gives us about 700 clients on board at full capacity. We pre-COVID, we sold out all of our ships, and we're very happy to see that the tendency is coming back and it's rising, especially since cruise lines are relaxing protocols slowly but surely, some faster than others. So we're happy to say that clients will be able to experience our Desire cruises with 700 of their closest new friends on board. As we know, the Desire brand is a couples only product. We do cater and we promote to the heterosexual community for the Desire brand. Can we pop over to the next? Yeah, thanks. So for the Desire concept, it's couples only. The nice features that we have for our cruises is that it includes the beverage package. As many of us know who have sold cruises before, beverage package is typically not included. That's something that the guests would purchase once they're on board. So we've gone ahead and we've already included it in the price of the cabin. So when you guys are taking a look at the rates, that already comes with the beverage package. And in this case, we're talking the premium beverage package with Amara. So you're talking good quality, high quality brands of alcoholic and of course non-alcoholic beverages. 24-hour room service is also included for every cabin category. So it doesn't matter whether you are in an interior stateroom or whether you're in the owner's stateroom, that's going to be included for everybody. And we all know that we love to wake up late, not have to roll out of bed, go upstairs to the restaurant. We want to have breakfast on our balcony overlooking the ocean or overlooking one of the ports. So this 24-hour room service is a huge, huge plus. Also, because of the Desire brand, if we're familiar with our resorts in Cancun, Mexico, we are a lifestyle-friendly product. So we are open to many guests from many different walks of life. We have a playroom on board. So this playroom is an intimate space where couples can gather and fulfill some fantasies. This is an area that's open to all of our couples on board where they can go in, can we go back? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm very sorry.
No, it's okay. So that they can enjoy intimate moments with their partners. Also, being on a cruise with other couples, other like-minded couples is also a great opportunity for other couples to meet other like-minded couples and enjoy some fun times with other couples in the playroom as well. The ship doesn't have a nightclub. So we, if you're familiar with the Amara ship, we actually convert their cabaret into our nightclub. So we have shows every evening. And then after the show, the dance floor opens up and our guests can enjoy a night full of amazing music and our DJs to go 2, 3 in the morning. So we have a great onboard nightclub that we have. Of course, our signature theme nights, our concept is known very well for our theme nights. So we highly encourage all of our guests to participate, and we highly encourage you to tell your clients to participate in theme nights. They're not mandatory. They just add a little bit of that extra fun and extra sensuality on this cruise. The international entertainment, we have a lot of different entertainment on board. We have our entertainment staff, so our playmakers, and they make sure that all of our guests out at the pool and during the pool parties are entertained, games, contests, dances, performances, a lot of fun to be had in the evening as well as in the daytime out by the pool. Also, the clothing optional areas, Desire does have clothing optional areas, and those clothing optional areas are the pool deck and the sun decks. Of course, you're more than welcome to be naked in your own cabin, but that's completely up to you, of course. Amara has amazing staterooms and suites. We do have, for the suites, there are extra amenities that are included when booking the suites. That information can definitely be found on board, but you'd be looking at things like $300 onboard credit for the top 3 suites are included as well in the price of the cabin. 240 minutes of complimentary internet. That's something that a lot of our guests really, really enjoy because majority of our guests, average age is anywhere between 40 and 55 years young. We have a lot of people that have their own businesses, and even though they're on vacation, sadly, they still have to work so they can continue to go on amazing vacations like these. So having that complimentary internet is also a huge plus on the ships. They also have complimentary seatings in the specialty restaurants. So the specialty restaurants are not included for all guests, only for our suite guests. So this is a great perk that's already included when we're looking at the rates for the suites. These are great selling features when you're talking to clients and things that stand out when they want to book, the differences between suites and staterooms. Those are just a few. There's plenty more, but and of course our exotic destinations. Like I mentioned, we'll have 7 different itineraries available on the 18th of September. Thank you. Now we can go to the next one. For those of us that aren't familiar with Amara, this is a great, great image of the evening entertainment that we have. So once every cruise sailing, we do the outside dinner. Guests absolutely love this. Is a great opportunity to enjoy wherever it is we're sailing out in the evening. Typically it's the white night, but this is a great picture of the pool deck. Obviously in the daytime, people look a little bit different and they're wearing a lot less clothing. Next. As we mentioned, the premium beverage package is included. Also, there are 5 different restaurants that are included for guests, plus the 2 extra specialty restaurants that are included for the suites, and have a minimal additional charge for the staterooms if they'd like to join and go to the specialty restaurants. There's 2 specialty restaurants. One is a steakhouse and one is an international Italian style restaurant. Our theme nights, every cruise we have different theme nights, and like I said, we ask all of our guests to participate if they feel comfortable. At the end of the day, it's their vacation, and we want them to feel as comfortable as they are. And if that for them means dressing up in a beautiful dress, then that's perfect. If that means dressing up in lingerie for the lingerie night, then that's also perfectly fine. If that means that they want to come down in a pair of pants and a polo shirt, and that's how they feel comfortable, that's also fine. Some examples of our entertainment: we bring in different shows, different dancers, different groups that do different performances every night, giving them a little bit of a taste of what Desire has to offer. Talked about our playroom. So this is one of the areas, as I mentioned, that provides very sensual, very erotic location for our couples to participate in a public area other than their staterooms or other people's staterooms, where they can interact intimately. And this is also a great place for those couples that want to maybe try something new. If they want to, you know, there's always that fantasy of having sex in public. Well, this would be a great opportunity, a great place to do it in a controlled setting. And also those people that maybe like to have people watch them. All types of things can happen in this playroom. We just let our clients' imaginations run wild. What we do ask is that they respect everybody else around them. And consent, of course, is the #1 thing that we ask. Next. So our sailing, the next sailing that we have leaves literally in a week. So we'll be visiting Greek islands next week. We're very excited for that. This is our first Greek islands itinerary since forever, because sadly the pandemic canceled our 2 previous Greek islands cruise. So we're very, very excited. Our guests are also very, very excited about this itinerary. All of our itineraries, with the exception of the 2 New Year's Eve itineraries, are 8 days and 7 nights. Some of the itineraries have arrive and leave at the same port, and some of them have arrival and departure ports that vary depending on the itinerary. And our New Year's Eve cruises are 9 days and 8 nights long.
So this is just a couple of very great offers we have on our cruise at the moment. As you can see, we've been half price, 50% off for late bookings. And also there's a very special agent rate here as well.
For this Greek Islands cruise, all those bookings will need to be in by this Friday. So make sure, if you have anybody interested, make sure to get that in ASAP so we can get clients on board. Otherwise, we will be sailing without them. And we don't want that. So Friday, end of day. The Rio de Janeiro itinerary we have is our first New Year's Eve sailing we have. We are extremely excited about this. After speaking to the captains of the ships that we are using for Amara, they've let us know that these itineraries that we have for this New Year's Eve and for the following New Year's Eve are some of the best itineraries that we could get. The main advantages of this itinerary is celebrating New Year's on board, again, with 700 of your closest newfound friends. So New Year's Eve will be celebrated on board, and then we will be sailing throughout the night after New Year's Eve. The nice thing about this, for those of us that maybe don't know, for New Year's Eve in Copacabana Beach, where the ships actually are out at sea, only 6 ships are permitted every New Year's Eve, and we have one of those slots. And they are all set up in a half moon shape facing Copacabana Beach, which means we will be able to enjoy the fireworks above our heads. So that picture that we saw earlier of all of our guests having dinner outside, that is very similar to what we're going to be experiencing this New Year's Eve, and what we hope your clients will be experiencing with us on board for New Year's Eve, as we enjoy dinner, show, entertainment, performances all outside, while we bring in the new year, overlooking the 15+ minutes fireworks show that we're told that Rio de Janeiro has. So we're told that they have one of the best fireworks shows. So we're very excited about this. This is a great opportunity for your clients to try something new. And of course, for those of us that have never been to South America, the ports that we have here are absolutely amazing. We're going to be stopping in Punta del Este, Uruguay, Montevideo, and of course, Buenos Aires, ending our cruise in Argentina. The following itineraries are the itineraries that we have coming up. There's a little slight error here. The Rio de Janeiro cruise this year does not leave on the 18th, it leaves on the 30th. I would love to have a 3-week cruise. However, I don't think my boss will allow me to do that. I appreciate the effort, Darren, but it actually is on the 30th of December, and it ends on the 7th of January. So that's correct. And then the following one we have is Venice Rome. This cruise is selling very quickly. It's got a great itinerary. So I highly recommend getting your clients booked sooner rather than later. Greek Islands, again, Greek Islands has been a very popular cruise. So we have another Greek Islands with different ports than the ones we saw just a few slides ago, the one leaving next week. And that leaves September 26th to the 2nd of September, August 26th to 7th of September. The New Year's Eve cruise for 2023, same dates, different itinerary in the middle, but we will be starting in Rio and we'll be ending also in Argentina. We just have the inside ports will be changing from the one of this year. Then we have our brand new cruise, the French Riviera, sailing May 2024. This will also be on Amara. As of right now, all the ones I've talked about are on Amara. And then for the Greek Turkey cruise, September 2024, that will be on the brand new ship that we're using from Norwegian, Oceania, and the ship we're using is Riviera. This ship has 600 cabins, so you're looking at 1,200 of your closest new friends on board. Still a very intimate ship to maintain the Desire concept that we have come to know and love on board. It's always nice when you're walking through the halls or when you're walking to the restaurants and you recognize the faces, as opposed to the larger ships where, you know, you maybe found somebody you like, a couple that you like, you want to talk to again, and you might not run into them again. So this is something that we really enjoy about the intimate ships that we use with Desire Brands cruises. Thank you, Darren. I don't know if we want to pause here for questions about Desire first and then jump to Temptation, or if we want to do Temptation and then wait for all the questions and answers. What do we want to do?
I think if everyone can start posting in the Q&A, we can start reading them some questions out there. So yeah, I think if you can just start posting in the Q&A, I'll read out the questions at the end. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the wonderful world of Temptation Cruises. So we're very excited to have our second sailing this February, coming up after the pandemic. We sailed our first Temptation cruise after the pandemic this last February. It was absolutely amazing. You could tell that guests were just excited to start cruising and sailing again. So we were very excited about that. So we're excited about this next sailing, February 11th to the 16th, leaving from Miami, Florida, stopping off in Georgetown, Grand Cayman, and of course, Key West. And we have 2 days at sea as well that are split up between the inside ports. And then of course, the cruise ends again in Miami. This is a 6-day and 5-night cruise. The Temptation brand, for those of us that are not familiar, is a cruise that is open to any adult 21 years of age or older. This is not exclusive to couples, and we are LGBTQ++ friendly. So if we have any clients that are interested in cruising and are in the LGBTQ++ community, this would be an absolutely amazing cruise for them to experience. This cruise holds just a little bit over 2,000 of your closest newfound friends. And the Temptation brand, if we're not familiar with,
we use with Celebrity Cruises, and the ship that we are using is Celebrity Summit, which is also going to be the same cruise that we will be using for the Temptation 2024 cruise, which has not launched yet. Will be launching within the next couple months, but just so you're already ready, all the information regarding the ship from 2023 will apply to 2024 as we're using the exact same ship. We can pop over to the next one. So what makes temptation, and how does it differ from desire? So the first one that would differ is the fact that it's open to everybody, not just couples. Whereas desire, as we know, is couples only. So we have singles, couples, groups of friends that travel together, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, singles looking to mingle. Basically, anybody that's 21 and up can enjoy our Temptation cruise. The Temptation does have topless optional areas. The topless optional areas, we're looking at a few of them now. So the pool deck area, the sun deck areas, those are our topless optional areas. We do require in the evenings in both brands, I didn't mention it earlier, but we do require in the evenings, both brands, that all of our bits and pieces be covered up, which, excuse my language, I'm trying to be as polite and nice as possible. So the nipples and the genitalia should be covered when we are roaming around in all public areas, as that is not permitted on board. So make sure that there's some underwear on, and make sure there's at least some pasties on. So see-through clothing is 1000% accepted, and we love it. However, make sure that we cannot see all the goods underneath. We do have one clothing optional hotspot on board. So the Celebrity Summit has a solarium. It's an enclosed area with a beautiful pool. And that's our clothing optional area, sponsored by our Temptation Grand Beaches. So as we know, we're opening up, or if we don't know, we're opening up some resorts in the Dominican Republic. And this is one of the areas that we have sponsored by them, and allows our guests who would like to experience a little bit of clothing optional can enjoy this area and be completely nude. On the Temptation Cruise, the classic beverage package is included. So again, this does give the all-inclusive feel, because guests do not have to pay for this classic beverage package at the end of their cruise. This classic beverage package includes alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and they can go to any bar to grab a drink from their classic beverage package. There are upgrade packages available, and that can all be done directly on board with the ship. There are 4 inclusive dining facilities plus room service on the Temptation Caribbean Cruise. And then, of course, there are these specialty restaurants, which have a little bit of an additional charge for those guests that would like to enjoy these specialty restaurants on board. And there are 4 specialty restaurants, so there is a lot of options for guests to enjoy a wide variety of food and drinks on board. Now, one of the main highlights of this itinerary are 2 amazing special events that will be going on between the 11th of February and the 16th. The first one is, I'm not sure how big American NFL football is over there on that side of the pond, but on this side of the pond, NFL seems to be very popular. So the Super Bowl is on the 12th of February this year. So guests who are interested in the Super Bowl, they'll be able to enjoy all the Super Bowl festivities on board, as well as watch the game. For those of guests who are interested, that will be something that we will have on board on the 12th. And then, of course, Valentine's. We cannot forget a Temptation Sexy Fun Cruise without Valentine's. So this is a great opportunity for couples and non-couples to book the cruise and enjoy the brand, as well as one of our favorite lovey-dovey holidays. There is also a Red Room / Playroom on board. We spoke about this on Desire. So this is also a cruise-only feature. This you will not find in any of our resorts that are branded Temptation. So there is a Playroom on board. The same concept applies. It is an area where couples can enjoy intimate moments with each other or their newfound friends. We also have workshops and seminars on both brands. I don't think we mentioned it on the Desire brand, but we do have them on Desire brand as well as the Temptation, where we bring in our own sexy attendees, sexologists in different fields, where they give different workshops and seminars that range from listen and learn and interactive touch and experience. We also have theme nights and pool parties on the Temptation brand, just like we have on Desire. We also have the entertainment. We bring in our own shows, our own DJs, our own entertainment, our own playmakers. Both brands of ships do a great job on their traditional regular sailings. However, we don't just slap the name on the ship and say, oh, it's a Temptation Cruise or it's a Desire Cruise. We actually make sure that we change and adjust everything about the concept of these cruises so that it is a temptation and a desire experience. And that, as I mentioned, goes from the playmakers at the pool to the shows in the theaters or in the cabaret, to the entertainment, to the meet and greets that we have on board. All of that, we try to make sure that the client is really getting a temptation experience and not just a cruise experience. Next. We talked about the restaurants. If we're not familiar with the Celebrity Summit, they did just the word is slipping me in English, but they revamped, redecorated the ship just a year and a half ago. So we sailed it in February. It's absolutely beautiful. They've redone the rooms, the cabins, the restaurants, absolutely beautiful. And the restaurants and the food that they have, I have to say, I was very, very impressed with Celebrity and the brand and what they offered. I think guests will be very, very happy with what they experienced on board. Next. Our pool parties, both of our cruises have pool parties on the sea day. So every time there's a sea day, our playmakers throw a huge pool party with DJ, with themes, goodies, a whole bunch of different activities that we have at the pool to make sure the guests are kept entertained. Some beautiful ladies that you might run into if you head up on the cruise. I don't know what happened to the beautiful men. I don't know where I guess, Darren, did you leave that slide out? What's going on? Us ladies like to look at a little beefcake too.
Yeah, there's one in there somewhere, I think.
There's one. Okay. I'll make sure to look through it for those ladies that want to look at a little beefcake. Darren, that means you're gonna have to take your shirt off then. You're gonna have to be our beefcake, Darren.
I need to get rid of working out before I do that.
So actually, good thing you mentioned that. A lot of people ask us, well, what does the people look like? Do they look like the pictures? Do they look like, you can see pictures. A lot of these pictures are real pictures. Like the back of this is a real picture. The pool picture is a real picture of the cruises that we've sailed. We have all different shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, everything on board. Everybody is welcome on our cruises. We do not discriminate based on how somebody looks. And we would hope that our guests also don't do the same. But we have a wide range of clients that come on our cruises. The main thing that we always like to stress is judgment-free environment. And we want everybody to come and be as comfortable as they are. And that starts with being comfortable in your own skin. So whether you're a size 0 or a size 14 or a size plus, we want you to come and have fun. And we know that our guests are open, they're open-minded, and they are inclusive. So that's something that we want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable knowing that you don't have to be a size 0, you don't have to look like a model. Everybody's welcome. Next. Okay, there I see 1 or 2 beefcakes. Thank you very much, Darren. I appreciate, ladies. We can see 1 or 2 little beefcakes there. So this is some pictures of our cruise this last February. As we can see, the top pictures we have, the top side pictures are a pool party. The one in the middle is one of our amazing evening theme nights. This one was a lot of fun. This was our fairy tale theme night. A lot of fairies running around, which was absolutely beautiful. And then below is another one of our theme nights, our glow night. And then one of our shows that we have, we hire different performers and entertainers. And so we bring in a little bit of the temptation style in all of our aspects on board. Thank you. One of our international DJs, making sure that everybody's having a good time. This is my cabin. Oh, no, sorry. No, my mistake. No, not my cabin. This is Darren's cabin. So this is where he invites everybody to come back and enjoy a little playtime in the Red Room. So this is just a picture, just to kind of give you an idea of what one of our playrooms looks like. They obviously, every cruise, we try and change it up a little bit. But what we're looking at here is the Red Room on the Temptation Cruise. So this is the group area. We're not going to be reading here. We're not going to be telling stories here. We're going to be having some fun time in this group area. And then on the outside, if you can see the beautiful, very sexy veils, those are the individual beds that are laid out for those couples that maybe don't want to be on showcase in the middle and kind of want a little bit more of an intimate room in the red room. So this is just a little taste of what you and clients will be able to see in the red room. Without people, of course. We couldn't film that. This is the amazing itinerary that we have for this February 2023. As I mentioned, it leaves out of Miami, Florida on the 11th, which is a Saturday. And then the next day we will be at sea, which is Super Bowl Sunday. So we will have a Super Bowl afternoon themed party. And then we will be showing the Super Bowl in the evening. And then of course our theme nights. The next day we will be arriving in Georgetown, Grand Cayman Islands for a fun-filled day on the beach and water activities. Guests will be able to book excursions on our cruises directly with the cruise while on board or during the online check-in process. They'll also be able to book excursions ahead of time for these sailings. Then we will have a fun-filled day at sea for our Valentine's on the 14th of February. And then on the 15th, we will be stopping off in Key West, Florida for a fun-filled day there. And then sadly, we will be returning to Miami on the 16th and the cruise will be over.
Okay, so this is just a special offer for you agents. So if you book 20 cabins per cruise, then you'll get a free cabin. You'll get a cabin for free. So get booking and yeah, come and join us. Thank you very much, Silvina. That was wonderful. It's really interesting, all the information on the cruises. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Now we've got a question and answer session, so please get your questions into the Q&A on Zoom, and I'll start reading some questions out. We have a few already. So, Silvina, the first one is the ship branded as Desire Cruises or as Amara?
Well, when you mean branded, I mean, they are Desire Cruises, so we don't really say it's an Amara cruise. It's a Desire cruise, and we use the Amara and the Oceania ships.
Thank you. Can dining reservations be made before boarding on either cruises?
Yeah, during the online check-in process, clients are able to do dining and excursions pre-boarding in the online check-in. Ever since after the pandemic, a lot of the cruise lines have reduced the online check-in booking window. So prior to COVID, usually 90 days out is when they opened up the online check-in. And our experience on our Temptation cruise in February this last year, they opened it up 45 days prior to cruising. So please note that that has from the 90 days prior. And the reason that they've done this, from what they've explained, is because right now protocols are still changing and being adjusted. They've decided that it's easier for them to open the booking window closer to the sailing date in case there are any updates or changes. And then with the Amara ships that we've been using, right now they're opening it up 30 days prior to boarding, prior to sailing for the online check-in process. Just as FYI, we all got so used to it being given so far out in advance, but now they have reduced it. So yes.
Thank you. Next question is a bit of a three-part question. I think it might have been covered in the presentation, but I'll read it anyhow, so we can just go over it again. What kind of clients normally book a Desire cruise? Is there a particular age demographic? And is it all heterosexual couples?
Okay, so the first one, who typically books Desire cruises? So couples only is what we book on Desire cruises. We have, for our Desire cruises, because they are in Europe, the majority, except for the New Year's Eve cruises that we have that are in South America, we do have about a 60-40 split in terms of 60% anywhere in the world except for US, Canada, and Mexico. And then the other 40% is US, Canada, and Mexico. So we have more of a mix with our Desire brand of cruises in terms of the types of guests and where they come from. You'll see and experience on board. So we have couples from all over the world. Typically, our Desire cruises has between 25 and 30 different countries represented on the cruise ship. So you'll have clients from Germany, Japan, Hong Kong, India, obviously UK, Ireland, South America, Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, all over the world, which is what we also really enjoy about Desire, because you get an opportunity to meet so many different people on board. And I just think that adds to the experience for all of our guests. In terms of the age range, all of our cruises are 21 and over. However, on Desire, you're looking at an average age in between 40, 45 and 55, 60. We do tend to have guests on Desire cruises that they do take care of themselves. They are active, they're physically active. But again, we have clients from all different ranges. And then in terms of heterosexual, the Desire brand promotes in the heterosexual community. We don't promote it as a LGBTQ plus cruise. At the end of the day, all of our entertainment, all of our shows are geared towards and focused on heterosexual performances, entertainment, activities. That doesn't mean that if a same-sex couple would like to join us on the cruise, that doesn't mean that they will not be able to enjoy the Desire cruise. We have had, there's been a few issues in the past that we like to avoid on the Desire cruises, which is, for example, two single men trying to get on the cruise because they know that it's a lifestyle-friendly cruise, and they kind of want to see what they can do or find or get. And so, because it's not that type of concept, we're just a little bit more cautious in terms of which same-sex couples actually book. So it is promoted in the heterosexual community, but at the end of the day, if we do have a same-sex couple that does want to enjoy and participate in the cruise, 100%, all they need to do is send us the request so that we have that information.
Thank you. What is the dress code? Is lingerie and fancy dress acceptable in the evenings? And are there specific dress codes in the restaurants?
So in terms of dress code, for the restaurants, mentioned it a little bit. So no nipples, no genitalia is permitted to be showing in any of our restaurants or in any of the hallways. The clothing optional areas are the pool and sun deck. So if we're coming and going from those areas, we do need to be covered up, whether it's the bathrobe, whether it's clothing, whether it's shorts, shirts, t-shirt, dress. That is what is required. In the evenings, we do have guests that go directly to dinner in their theme night outfits, and that's perfectly fine. It's however they feel comfortable. We have other guests who dress in dinner outfits, dinner dressing, and then change after. That's also fine, as long as we have the areas covered that we should. That's not a problem. In the evenings, no formal attire is required. We typically do tend to have one night that's more of like an elegant night in terms of the Desire theme. But again, if a client doesn't want to come in formal wear, they don't want to come in a theme night, that's not a problem. They'll be allowed to enjoy all of the entertainment, even if they don't come in the theme. So that's not a problem. Again, it's not mandatory. We just like to highly recommend that they participate as just to kind of be included with the cruise.
Thanks for that. Are there specific Desire excursions, or are they the standard Amara excursions, and can these be booked in advance?
So excursions can be booked in advance during the online platform and during the online check-in process. In terms of Desire style cruises, on every sailing, we do try and organize with the cruise line an excursion that does have a Desire or Temptation feel to it, whether that be something that they can be topless in, clothing optional, visits to certain places that are more friendly to our concepts. 100% we try and do it. It's important to note that not every port that we visit allows nudity or topless. And so on some cruises, it is difficult to organize something that goes with our concept. But yes, we do try on every cruise. For the Temptation cruise, we've been lucky enough to do Temptation style excursions on every sailing that we've done. For the Desire cruise, this last Desire cruise, two outings were organized. One was organized to a lifestyle club in Ibiza in one of the stops. And then of course we did do a nightclub in Ibiza, which is not typically offered on the Amara cruise. So yes, we do try and always Desire and Temptationify an excursion on our sailings when it's possible. Yes.
Thank you. Another question, is the cruise suitable for people with disabilities, especially those who have mobility issues?
Yep. So all of the cruises have wheelchair accessible cabins. What we typically do is online, you can book any cabin that's available, including a wheelchair accessible cabin. However, if you're booking a wheelchair accessible cabin, you will see that there is a form that must be filled out that needs to be filled out by the client so that the ship knows what their mobility issue is. In the past, we've had people book the wheelchair accessible rooms because they want the extra room. And we've not allowed that to happen. And we will continue not to allow that to happen so that we can give our clients that do actually need that extra room or that extra space, be able to enjoy our cruises. Because at the end of the day, like I mentioned, we try to be as inclusive as we can. So any guest booking a wheelchair accessible room must be able to fill out the form and explain exactly what is their mobility issue. And in the event that it's not done correctly or they're not actually needing it, then we will move them to another cabin and leave that one open for somebody who does actually need it. Closer to the sailing date, if one is still available and we don't have any bookings, then we're more than happy to move clients. But up until very last minute, it is held for the those that need it, yes.
That's great, thank you. Are couples able to bring toys or props into the playrooms?
Yes, couples can bring toys, props, all their goodies that they want in the playroom. We do ask that anything that you bring in, you take back out with you. We also ask that, yes, it's a playroom, but it's a public playroom, so that we also ask that you respect everybody else around you. So that includes aim is important. Make sure where you're aiming and where they're aiming is appropriate. If these toys make a lot of noise or are very loud, then we do ask that this be kept in their cabins so that we're not disrupting other couples that are in the playroom. But yes.
Great, thank you. I think just one more question here. How big is the playroom and how many couples does it hold?
Well, I don't know how big it is in square feet because we haven't measured it. But if anybody's familiar with Amara, or you can go to the deck plan, it's located up on deck 10. It's called the living room. It's a pretty big size. You're looking at, we have beds for 30 to 40 couples. So you're looking, it's a good size playroom. I saw a question pop up about condoms. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Let's see if I can see it.
I answered it on the questions.
What was the question though? Because I just want to make sure that
provided in the playroom. If not, are they available for purchase?
Okay, so it's always important for condoms to be brought by the actual clients and guests. That's something that on every cruise we highly recommend. Anything that you're going to need to enjoy this cruise, bring with you, and that includes all condom, lube, toys, et cetera, et cetera. We provide a limited amount for last minute ran out type situation in the playroom, but couples should not expect to come on board and have all of the condoms and lube provided for them. The onboard shop does offer condoms for sale so that they can there, but it is important for clients to come stocked with what they feel they may need. I just want to kind of point that out so that we avoid any disappointment in terms of that situation there.
Great. Thank you very much for all of those. That's great. If anyone's got any more questions, just put them in the Q&A. I'll just keep an eye and see if there's anything more that's come in. No, I think that's all at the moment. So now I'm just going to go on. We've also got guests from JTA here, so they can actually book the cruises for you. So Dave as well, he's been on the cruises, so he knows exactly what all the cruises are about. And I was going to pass you over to Rachel, who is just going to go through some details about how to book. Hi, Rachel.
Can you give Rachel the microphone, or panelist speaker?
I can help if Rachel can't connect. We're all in different locations. Can you hear me, Darren?
Yes.
Dave here. Yeah, just a few words. Rachel was going to prepare for this, but yeah, all of you agents. I mean, I've actually been on both cruises, and they're unbelievable. I mean, fantastic. Well, not just fantastic products as cruises, but a fantastic delivery by the guys from Sylvina and the team from Original Group, which is Temptation Desire. So, you know, if you've got customers or even yourself wanting to, you know, have your mind sort of blown by, and potentially other things as well, by this sort of experience, book it, get yourself on it, get your customers on it if it's something that you've got a customer for, and don't be shy of selling it as it is. The sales that we're getting at JTA on here, where our agents are comfortable with the product and you know, and can really sort of get across what it's like, because it's a fantastic experience. Through JTA, obviously combining the great cruise product and the fantastic prices, and the prices are good because commission wise, it's not a cheap product. But it's great value for money for what people are getting on there. So definitely book early, get the cabin secured, and tell your customers about this. Sylvina's told everybody about the differences between the two brands. You know, obviously Desire for couples and Temptation. You know, it would be a great product to sell, you know, singles as well as couples on, because there's a real mixed bag of, you know, of different people from different types and different persuasions on both. But you know, really good fun, and the people on board there, you know, absolutely, you know, were great fun, and just, you know, it was just a great experience, something I've never experienced before. And before I'd been going on these 2 different cruises, I've never done that sort of cruise, but I've done hundreds of cruises, but not on those. So absolutely top draw, great value for money, and an amazing, great experience. So, but there are so many people doing these sort of cruises that you wouldn't believe. So don't be shy of advertising it. That's the key. You know, if you can get and keep advertising it, then people see the posters. JTA can send you the posters with the flight and the hotel combinations and the transfers, and combine it all. You need to call JTA to book, because obviously not everything's in one system. So the guys in the call center are experts at booking these products, and will definitely get you the best deal and that they can get. Yeah, I know Rachel may have. Are you available now, Rachel? Because I know you prepared some stuff, or maybe she's not. So, anything else you think needs to say, Darren?
Yes, there was. Sorry, there is going to be a prize draw as well. So everyone who's attended this will go into a prize draw, and we'll draw the names, which then you'll have a chance of winning £50.
Okay. So is that, yeah. So is that something that you're going to organise now with the names? Because I don't have I'm in a different location. That's all. Sorry.
Yes.
I'd like to nominate somebody for a prize because of the questions. If somebody's been brave enough to ask some great questions, then I think they deserve a good prize. I think Corinna Wardman asked a couple of questions, so she should get a prize.
Great. Corinne will be making sure that £50 goes your way very soon.
And does anyone else have a recommendation for a winner?
Who else asked the question? I'm trying to see on the. I'm struggling to get into the back end of the system, guys. So I can't see who posted questions or anything.
Michelle Armstrong also asked a great question. Is it through agent only booking, or do you sell direct to client too? If so, do you have a price parity? And the answer is yes, you're protected, that the consumer cannot buy it at a lower price than you, because it's always at a commissionable price, not a net rate marked up price. So you will not be undercut by a consumer direct price. You're always looked after, and the commissions are healthy. So Michelle, I think you deserve a prize too.
And just to add on that one, Darren, as well, we're agents obviously booking the package through JTA, full atoll protection cover, obviously, which is obviously very important for customers from the UK.
Absolutely.
That's great. Well, thank you. If anyone's got any more questions, please shout now. But thank you all again very much for joining us today and learning all about Desire and Temptation Cruise. And I really hope it helps. And we'll make sure you can get all those important bookings in. And
Dave, can I ask, where do agents contact you for enquiries for cruise? Is there an email address that they can find you on?
Yeah, well, it's through the best way to contact is just to call through the cruise call number, which is obviously all the agents who have got their contact details for JTA. You can see the contact details on the website when they get the logins. If any agents are on this call that are not don't already have passwords for JTA, there might be a couple on here. Just drop us a line. Send it to for now. I haven't got the exact thing, but just send it to product@jtatravel.co.uk. We'll make sure that you get your passwords and your setup done. But anybody else who's already got it, you'll see the cruise number on the line. Just contact us through the cruise number. Get through to one of our sales guys, and they can point in the right direction and make the booking for you. But any other questions like that, any questions, any queries, again, send it through to product@JTA, and we'll, if we don't have the answers, we usually have pretty much 99% of the answers. Then we are in contact with the guys from with Silvina and a team from Temptation and Desire.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dave. And also, if you're looking for information, you can't get it quick enough, look on the cruisingwithtemptation.com or cruisingwithdesire.com, and we'll help you find JTA and your pricing and your brochures there.
Thanks, Darren.
Okay, thanks very much for that, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing the bookings come rolling in from you. And thanks again to Silvina and Dave and Darren as well, and Rachel for helping putting this together.
Yeah, it'd be great if we can get a couple of bookings now. We've still got some cabins available, I believe, on the Greece Desire cruise that's going in very soon. So if there's any last minute bookings, anybody's desperate to get away and for some nautical action, get booking.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Silvina. Bye.
Bye all.
Oh.